welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you guys here. I confess, I have not been feeling great in so many ways. I think life has been going by really fast. I have been feeling just I've been having a hard time describing it. I've been feeling a little out of it, just mentally, emotionally, physically. I've been just really, really tired. No matter the amount that I sleep, I wake up exhausted. I have the day off today. Today's Monday. It's the middle of October. I feel like this year has completely flown by. I feel like while so much has happened, there's so much more that I want to do. And I think that we could probably all relate to this, is that we're constantly working, and sometimes we get impatient and we want the things that we want at the time that we want them, but we have to trust divine timing. We have to trust that things are working out for us, even when we can't see them. So I think that's where I'm at today, where I've been praying, I've been working on things, I've been doing everything that I need to do in order to get that thing, but I still haven't reached it. Sometimes it does kind of affect you emotionally and it affects your motivation, but I think in these moments is when I need to pick up the camera and just focus on being consistent. So if you're out there and you are feeling the same, or you feel like you're doing every single thing that you could possibly do, but you're still not at the goal, just know that you're not alone. I'm here. I think we have to just keep fighting. We have to keep showing up. We have to keep just pushing through things. The year coming to an end, I want to end strong. So my goal for myself is to keep showing up even when things don't seem like they are moving. I had about 11 of you subscribe from one video alone, and that was my makeup video, and it made me so beyond happy. It still is kind of a disbelief to me when I see something that I created hit so hard for some of you, and that to me is exactly why I wanted to do this. I wanted to connect with you guys. I wanted to build a community. I wanted to do things that I'm also working on myself and learning things myself and developing a new skill, and I'm doing all of that here with you guys. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing up, for watching my content, for commenting, liking, subscribing. I am so grateful for each and every one of you here. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And today I'm going to do another video. You guessed it, makeup. I absolutely love makeup, and any time that I wake up feeling under the weather, feeling not like myself, not like boss energy that we want to feel every day, I look at myself in the mirror and I ask myself, what can I do to make myself get there? And for me, it's simple things that really, really make me happy, which is having my coffee in the morning. I can't not have my coffee in the morning. But also things that make my body feel good. So my bone broth that I make every week for our family is a ritual that I will never stop doing. It's healthy, it feels good, it's a good input of energy, so we'll never stop doing that. And then other things like putting myself first and doing my hair, doing my makeup with you guys. So doing those little things to just make myself feel like a human in the moments of lull that life will throw at you every which way. And remember that it's just a lull, that rain passes. Even when they don't seem like they are ever ending, they do pass. We're gonna do some makeup together, and I'm excited for today's makeup because a lot of my makeup is a lot of good skin looking makeup. It looks good, feels good on the skin. Today I wanted to do something different. I wanted to try, which I will confess, doing eyes for me has always been something I wasn't really good at. And because of that, I wanted to smoky eye with you guys, especially with the fall here. I've been getting inspired by just everything fall. And living in LA, you guys, it's really hard, especially as a New Yorker. For me, LA is difficult in the sense of fashion, in the sense of, oh, let me throw on this jacket, this chic trench coat, you know, these beanies, these gloves, this scarf, things like that. It's really hard to do here in LA. But today is a chillier day here in LA, so I'm taking advantage of it in every form. I'm putting on my coziest sweater, doing some really fun, where I'm gonna just try, especially since I have the day off, I have some time to really take my time with my makeup, which I usually am always in a rush, and that's another thing. I'm always late to something. I'm always in a rush. Today I'm going to take my time. I do have my bone broth to make later, but I'm going to do it with a full face of makeup because we're just girls and we just want to look good and feel pretty. That's that. So today we're going to just do some light little makeup. My husband's going to be like, what is going on? Why are you Keep them on their toes, ladies. I'm gonna put on some Ilia serum today. Divert a little bit from my Westman Atelier. I'm just gonna do a little bit of the Ilia, and I'm going to also put on some really glowy, thinking out loud as I go. I honestly am not planned or anything, so I'm just going to dabble with you guys. I love to do that. I also wanted to try with you guys this new brow pen that I got from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's like the liquid version of the one that I typically use. I confess I'm not the best at this type, but I will say the times that I've seen people using it, it does create a really nice effect, and it seems like it stays on nicely. So I'm gonna try that with you guys today. I'm going to just start with brushing my eyebrows up, just some sort of taming eyebrows that kind of have a mind of its own. I have tried doing eyebrow lamination before, but my eyebrows are just not it for it, so we kind of gave up on that. And we're gonna go in just ever so lightly. This, so you see, that's the thing with that I don't love about this, is that it's kind of like a marker, so it really stains quick if you're not quick with it. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. All right, let's try again. So light strokes, you know me, I like subtle things, but let's see. Okay, well, I think I'm getting the hang of it. It's not bad. I think that's pretty good. Oh my god, look at the bags under my eyes. I'm telling you, my eyes are starting to water from focusing so much. Okay, I think I like that. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with some brow gel, and this is also from Anastasia. I really do think that Anastasia is the queen of eyebrows. I've always wanted to get my eyebrows done with her. Now that I live in LA, I feel like I need to just take the opportunity while I'm here and go get it done with her. I don't know what I'm waiting for, but you'll probably notice a common theme with me is that I am very brand loyal, so it's hard for me to divert from products that I really like. You'll see that all of my eyebrow stuff are from Anastasia. I just think that if you are someone like Anastasia who's just the best at something, it's hard for me to just try new things, you know? What's the saying? Like, if it ain't broke. Well, that's how I feel with my eyebrow products. I simply just love products. They're all just so good, and she just knows. She knows what a girly needs. And that's another thing with her, is that she has also just really nice thick eyebrows. I think when you have thick eyebrows like myself, you know that it's kind of a struggle to kind of maintain and tame them. Like, I need to cut that, but my eyebrows are pretty stubborn. So that's why I thought that eyebrow lamination would work for me, but it made me look like a complete fool, if I'm going to be very honest with you. It was just not for me. Not for me at all. And I wish that someone told me that. The lady who did it kind of was trying to gas me up, which I do appreciate, because it was at that point when I saw it and realized that for me, it was already done. So, but it is what it is. We take it to the chest. We take the bad with the good, so all good. All right, I'm gonna move on to foundation because I do like where my eyebrows are at. They're not too much, I think they're good. So I'm going to go in with my Estee Lauder, and I got this little dish from the kitchen just so I could do some of my blending, because I want to put some road glazing milk to this, and I also want to mix in a little bit of the Chanel glow drops. Do a really glowy look, so I'm gonna do like 2 drops of those. That might have been a lot, but it's okay. I feel like I don't use this enough, so I want to get some good use out of it. So if we're gonna do some fun makeup today, might as well. So I'm just going to mix that little mixture so you guys can see what we're working with. I'm going to make sure my whole brush is filled with this. And then we're going to go right in. Now I did do just like a minor serum, and that was pretty much it for base. Okay, just zoom in so you guys can see just how this is looking on the skin. I love the smell of this. I don't know if it's the rose or the Chanel. It smells really nice. Okay, that looks really good. Who's here? Look who came to hang out with Mama. My baby. She's in her sweater because it's so cold here in LA. And she was shivering. Right, baby? Mamacita. She's a baby. She's a baby. Look at my baby's little sweater. Look at my baby's sweater. I love my baby girl. All right, baby girl. You're going to stay here with Mama. Working mom. I'm a working mom. All right, let's do this. You know, Fig loves to watch me get ready. It's actually so cute. But I honestly forgot where I was going with this, but now I'm gonna go in with that beautiful contour that we all know and love. And I'm gonna go right in here in my little dish, and I'm gonna put just, actually I'm not gonna, just go in with, you wanna go out? Go on. I'm going to pick up some product with my hourglass brush here. I'm just going to add a little bit of the road glazing milk to my little dish here, and I'm gonna just mix in that product a little bit, just like so, and make sure that it's all in there. I really like the way that this has been coming out with mixing the road glazing to products. I'm just gonna go in, dab it like this, and then same thing here, just gonna go in, dab it, then I'm gonna go back in here and I will blend this out a little bit more, but I like to just like go in and kind of like spread the product a little bit, and then I'm gonna just use the excess to give myself just a slight nose contour, just like so. I'm going to just add a little bit more because I want to do just like a good contour. We're doing full glam today. I'm just gonna add a little bit more to my brush here. Same thing, dab the excess in that glaze milk, and then I'm gonna go in behind the ear and just bring it down like so. And same thing on this side, behind the ear, and just follow my jawline. And it's gonna look crazy. That looks crazy, but we're gonna come back and blend all of this out. Now I am using the color Truffle, so I'm gonna come back in here with the color Biscuit, and we're gonna do the same thing. So color Biscuit is a little bit more cool, so it's gonna give us more of a contouring effect. So I'm just gonna make sure I'm getting a brush full of product. I'm gonna add a little bit more glazing milk to my little dish here. This thing is so versatile, honestly. Like, Haley was up to something, let me tell you. And I'm gonna come back in here, same thing, those little areas that we just dabbed, and I'm gonna dab it again, and then the same theme here, just dabbing it all in the same places just to give us that really nice snatched look. And then now this is where I'm going to come in and start blending this down, starting with my jaw, going down the neck and blending this right in. The name of the game here is blending, so as long as you have a good blend, you really can't go wrong with these. Okay, I love how that's looking. And same thing here, I'm just going to blend this right into the hairline. I like to kind of do this like dabbing motion so I don't pick up too much of the product, and instead kind of blending it into that base and just making sure that it melts, because that's what we want. And just make sure all of this is melting right into the skin, and that's where the road glazing milk has been doing such a good job for me, is mixing that into the product, because it gives it this really nice gliding effect. The product, I've been really liking that. I've been surprisingly really liking that. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much. I thought it was kind of hype, but can't deny the girl knows what she's doing. See, that's what happens when, and this is like the blessing in disguise that I was telling you guys about, because I feel like with Haley, at least from what we know and what she tells us, right, is she also struggled with acne and a lot of skin issues. So she created all of these products because of that. So imagine if Haley didn't have any of those issues. This would have never been a thing. So sometimes you have to believe that the downfall or the things that you're going through, the bad things, let's say, or rather the downs in life, they're because the ups are going to be so much more worth it, you know? So that is something that I will go to the grave preaching. Divine timing, just always trust God has your back. Okay, so this is looking nice. I'm gonna use the same little dish here, and I'm going to just put in 1 drop. The Chanel, all you need is 1 drop. I'm telling you, this product, a little goes a long way. Don't make the same mistake that I did. 1 goes a long way. So I'm just gonna add 1 drop like so. And then I'm gonna use my Makeup by Mario brush and just dab this so it mixes in. I'm gonna make sure that I'm getting all of this really wet on my brush. And then I'm going to go in and focus only on my high cheekbones. So super high cheekbones, dabbing in ever so gently. This is just the most divine color. I love this color so much. Just gonna focus here, and I'm gonna bring a little bit up the temple. And it's just so nice. So pretty. Oh my god, I love that. It's like the perfect blush color. It's a coral color, which I didn't think I was gonna like, you guys. Really nice. But this is not, we're not done yet with blush. We're gonna come back in here, we're gonna brighten this up, we're gonna dabble with this a little bit. But I love how this is coming out. Now, this is where I'm gonna go in, and every area that we touch, bronzer, blush, I'm gonna follow up with the powder. So I'm gonna work with favorite palette of all times. This is a Victoria Beckham shade 2. This is just the most fabulous bronzer. Like, you get 2 shades, a little bit lighter, cooler, and a little bit more warm. So this for me is really, will just do it. If there's any bronzer that you're considering buying, this one's it for me. It really is just worth the hype. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna just dab in those 2 colors remove that excess, and every part that we just touched with the cream, we're gonna touch with the bronzer. And kind of the same method here, I like to kind of go in, dab, kind of just spread product around, and just dab here too, and kind of just go working this really into your skin. It is so pretty, you guys. I wish that I had like a better place to go to kind of show this off, because it's good. It's really good. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with a little bit more blush. Today I'm gonna use I think I'm gonna mix two, now that I'm thinking about it, because I have one that I'm so obsessed with. It's so divine, and it's the Giorgio Armani and the Gucci blushes. So the Giorgio Armani one is the color, I don't know what color this is, but I will certainly link it as soon as okay, it's the color 50. It's super faded, but it's the color 50. And this has such a beautiful illumination to it that leaves you just looking so healthy and glowy. I love it so much. I usually save it for special occasions, but you guys been loving these, and you guys are special to me, so I'm gonna use it too for you guys. And then this one too, this one is on the newer side for me. It is such a pretty pink. I think it's like the girliest little pink. And this is the shade Silky Rose #1. So it's pretty, I just love it. So I'm gonna mix these two, and I think I'm gonna do first Giorgio Armani because it's a little bit darker. So I'm gonna use this. You know, I should have really used kind of like a fluffier brush, but we're just gonna use this one. This one's a fine brush. So tapping off the excess, and again, focusing on that eye cheekbone, and just dabbing this ever so gently, and kind of bringing it into your under eye. And then we're gonna go back in, same method, and pick up the Gucci, which is a lighter one. It's more pinky, and tap the excess. I'm gonna focus this one more on my apple here, just under my eyes, just a little bit more. And wow, that's pretty. Let me show you. You see that? How pretty that is. Insane. Okay, so now that my cream, my powders are done, this is now where I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna just do a little bit of setting powder. So now before I do concealer and set everything, I'm gonna start doing my eyes. So this is the moment we've been waiting for. I'm honestly a bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because I honestly am not good at doing eye makeup. So I'm a little nervous that you're gonna judge me, but please be nice, because you know, we all start somewhere. So I usually only just do like the basics on my eyes. I don't like wearing mascara, one, because I'm allergic to most products that go in my eye, like eyeliner. I can't really do because I'm allergic to it, but I'm gonna do it today for you guys. So that is part of the plan. But mascara, I don't usually wear because of that. So on the day-to-day, I don't wear mascara, but that's like why I like a good eyelash lift. It does the whole lifting your eyes and making your eyes look really nice and big. But mascara for me, I love it. I wish I wasn't allergic to it, but we're just not gonna do it today because it does leave my eyes super itchy, but I will do eyeliner today. I usually go for a basic, really nudie, kind of like using the same bronzer into my eyelids just to give myself a little bit of dimension. But today I really want to try doing kind of like a darker eyeliner, browns. I'm gonna think through this live with you guys. So I think I'm going to start with, so I have a few palettes here that I really love that are such classics for me. I have the Makeup by Mario. I think this is like just like all the basic colors from Makeup by Mario. He's the king of just good classics. So I think this is going to be really handy for today's eye look. I also have the NARS. I don't know what this one is called, but Afterglow Irresistible. So that is the name of this palette. And it kind of is in the same theme. It has just a lot of classic colors, some really nice browns, reds. I think this is the one that I'm going to basically stick to, but I think I'm going to mix some of the Makeup by Mario ones as well. Then I have this Anastasia, who's also just the queen. So a common theme that you guys are probably seeing here with me is that these are the colors that really work for me. I have like brown eyes that are kind of on the lighter brown side. So these colors for me really just make my eyes stand out. So a lot of just browns, reds. This palette from Ilia also is just such a classic. This was my go-to in college. It's a really good one. So today I'm going to start with warming up my crease with this Ilia color here, dabbing out the excess. So I'm just gonna focus this really on that crease and kind of feather the whole thing out, but just bringing it really into my eyelid and then bringing it up and just feathering out the excess, just like so. The same thing here, kind of focusing it on the lid and then building it up. To zoom in a little bit so you guys can really see the details of this look. Now I'm gonna pick up now that I have like kind of like a base going on here, I'm gonna pick up a brown color. Now it could be really just any brown eyeliner called Classic Brown. So I don't think I've ever used this before, maybe once or twice, but I don't really recall. But this is the color. I don't know if it's gonna pick up. There you go. So this is the color. It's a pretty dark brown here, and I'm going to go in. Now, God be with me because this is gonna be tough for me. So I'm gonna go into my waterline, and I'm gonna also try to go into the upper waterline. So I'm a little nervous. Oh my God, why am I so scared? Okay, I'm getting flustered. Okay, I'm gonna put this down because I want to focus. Okay, so we're gonna go under first. Okay, and now I'm gonna do the upper eyelids. And I'm crying. See, this is what usually happens, and why I don't like to do the concealer yet. For this reason, it's just gonna get smudged. And so now if we have any sort of smudging going on, the concealer is going to clean all that up. So there's a reason. So now we're going to go and focus on the upper eyelid here on camera for you, but also look in my... Okay. And you see the difference between the two eyes? This one just looks a little bit more defined than this, just with that little simple trick of just putting some eyeliner on your upper lid. So now I'm going to go in, and let me also just zoom this in a little bit for you guys. So I'm going to go in and just kind of trace my eye, just like so. And I'm not going to be so clean with it. I'm going to make sure that I'm focusing more on the outer and just kind of giving myself just a little trace like that. And it's messy. And we're gonna leave it a little messy. Now the same thing here. I'm just gonna go in a little bit thicker on the tail end of my eye. And we're just gonna leave it a little messy. We're gonna come and clean this up. And then now I'm also gonna just trace my waterline all the way to like so. And now I'm gonna do the same thing here. Now I'm gonna find a really fine brush. Okay, so this is looking crazy, but you want to get a brush that has kind of like a tip just like so, super fine, and this is going to really help us making sure that we are fusing this appropriately. So we're going to go in here, that same waterline, and we're going to just diffuse this out a little bit. And then we're going to get another brush that is kind of like this so we could further blend this. And we're gonna make sure that we're blending this out into the crease. I'm gonna get actually another brush that's a little bit fluffier. And the same thing here, just kind of blending this all out and bringing it up. And I'm gonna take another brush and I'm just gonna blend this all up. Okay, not too bad. Okay, it's not bad at all. But now I want to bring in a little bit more color to the eye, just a little bit more browns. And I think I'm gonna go in with, let's see here what we have. I think I'm gonna use the Anastasia one. This one. So I think I'm gonna that same thicker brush like this, and I'm going to grab the dark brown here. I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of the lighter brown. I'm gonna grab that dark brown, and I'm going to go back in and kind of just trace. Same thing here. I'm just gonna trace my waterline, that brown, and nothing too perfect because I like to kind of diffuse this all out into the lid. And same thing here. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to use some of this brighter, let's see if these palettes have. I'm going to use this color here that has a little bit of shimmer right on top, kind of just focusing on the outer, just like that. And then I'm going to use kind of the back to this and get this lighter color here, and I'm going to bring it into my inner corners and then eyebrows. Same thing here, up in my eyebrow bone, inner corner. And I'm going to go back in here and pick up just a little bit more brown. I feel like I could use a little bit more, but this time I want to go in like super diffused. A bit more here, just diffusing that out. And nice. Okay. Now, I like to put a little bit of the same colors that we basically used on the eyes, just like below, right under my eye here, to kind of like give it just that organized look, and opening my eye a little bit more. And now same thing here, just super focusing right under the eye. Amazing. Oh, ooh, you guys, I think I did so much better than I expected. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking really nice. Okay, so we did kind of like a smoky-ish eye, like definitely heavier eye than I would ever consider doing it myself, especially for the day. But, you know, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl who loves makeup. I love it. I think it looks really fab. Okay, so let's finish up. Now, you know, this is the step where I go in with my concealer. And as always, I love my Estee Lauder so much. And the technique that I love doing this with is a really fluffy brush, like so. I'm picking up the product directly on my brush and making sure that this brush is basically filled with the product directly from the applicator. And now the way I like to do my concealer is really fanning it out in the areas that I want highlighted. So I go in similar steps the way that I do my bronzer. I go in kind of tapping it in the areas that I want it, and then I go back in and kind of fix a mess that I just made. So I go in kind of fanning out just because I don't want too much product in one area. So I kind of like to work around it like so. So I put in a little bit there, a little bit here, and then I come back into these areas and mess around with it. But I do like to kind of give it a second for it to kind of dry out just a little bit, not too much. So this is where I go in and start fanning it out, and I do the under eyes last. So go in here, fanning this out. Now that my concealer is on, I'm gonna go in and just kind of give myself a little bit more life back in the face. And I'm gonna use the Hourglass bronzer to kind of go back in and seal everything. And I want to do a last layer of blush as well. So I'm gonna pick up some product, dab out the rest. This is the Nude Bronze Light color of the Hourglass bronzer that is so beyond divine. It has just the perfect amount of illumination to this that just gives you the healthiest glow. And as you can probably tell, I love a really glowy, healthy looking skin. Amazing. Now I'm going to do a little bit more blush. I'm going to go back in with the Gucci Silk Rose right on that high cheekbone. This is just looking so good, like amazing. And now to finish this all off, I'm going to use a good lip liner. So let's see, which one is a good one for us to use today? I think I'm going to use my Sephora collection. Actually, I think I'm going to do Iconic Nude, because you can't go wrong with Charlotte Tilbury. And really just focusing this on the outer outline of my lips. And this really just seals everything in because it is such a good color, especially with the brown eyeshadow. That is so good. And then finish this off with a really hydrating gloss. And this one is from Lancome. I'm obsessed. I wish I had an event to go out to. This is amazing. And I'll link all the products that we use today in the descriptions on my Linktree. So if you like any of the products here, don't forget to check them out in the descriptions. Okay, just to seal everything, I realized that I didn't bake. So I'm just going in with a very light layer of my iconic London setting powder. And I just rub the excess on my hand just so it's not too heavy. But I like to go like super light with these things, especially since you have fine lines, or if anyone has fine lines, like go in super gently, not too much product, or else your fine lines will show. Finishing it off, it just looks still like skin even though we have so much product on. But I want to show you guys just what this looks like in natural light, so I will go to the kitchen just so you can see. Okay. How divine did this look come out? Especially if you have darker hair like me. I feel like this look is just so perfect, and like with the nice brown dress, this would just seal this look. So it came out way better than I expected, I'm not gonna lie. The eyes are just perfectly outlined, not too much, but heavy enough where it does give your eyes a really nice pop. This is like perfect for brown-eyed girlies like I am. I love it, I'm obsessed, but I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comments, and don't forget to check me out on Instagram and subscribe here. Thanks for watching.